everyone. Today we're going to do top 10 Thanksgiving themed board games. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell because board games are amazing and that's what we do here at Legends of Nerdvana.
And Thanksgiving themed is very loose.
Yes. It's pretty much anything with food.
Like food or giving thanks or just edible things. So it can be food.
This is an honor. First of all, we're thankful for this being our 4-year anniversary as Legends of Nerdvana. We started 4 years ago.
We've done that.
And we're still here.
None of us still not even close to meeting Randy's expectation of getting every game reviewed.
But I'm still alive.
That's true.
So there's still time. Yeah, I haven't gone belly up yet. I'm working on it. But
again, loose definition of alive here.
Yeah,
exactly.
We're trying to keep this bare minimum, right? But yeah, so it's kind of exciting to hit 4 years. It's also exciting to kind of do some of these lists. So
yeah, and this is just more fun. So
so let's talk about number 10. Rob, what do you have on your list?
So this is one that's pretty out there, but it fits. It's Zombicide, and specifically Zombicide Black Plague. That's my favorite version of the game until Zombicide DC comes out. I'm super stoked for that one because you get to play as DC superheroes as zombies, which is awesome.
They're thankful for brains.
Yeah, or vegan zombies as grains, but either way. But Zombicide's my number 10. It's by CMON, Cool Me You're Not. 2015 is the Black Plague version. Love it.
Okay, so obviously we were stretching this theme out.
The funny thing is, I thought the same thing and almost put Dead of Winter.
Right.
Because I would have chosen that because not only are you looking for food, but the zombies are looking for you as food.
Right.
So,
double themed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sure, maybe. Okay. Randy, what do you have for number 10?
My number 10 is a stretch, but in a different way. It's Anno 1800.
That is a stretch.
Well, there's food things that you're crafting, that you're upgrading.
True. You're right.
And it's close to being set near as close as we can get to the
builders. Okay, on 1800. It's a great game.
It's a 2020 release, Cosmos, and it's a Martin Wallace release.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I will admit that one was... that it was fighting on my list, so Randy's not the only one that had it down.
And your number 10?
My number 10 is actually called Villagers. So it's actually a really straightforward game of trying to you build upon the different villagers and you get to do different things once you have different abilities and you can use other people's cards.
It's a card driven game.
Tableau
driven type game. I really enjoy it. It is on the easier side, but every once in a while I'll be like, I want to play that.
Very portable.
Yeah. It's just a good game.
Yeah. So the reason why it's Thanksgiving, I don't know, it's villagers. It's people coming together and
helping each other out.
Yeah, doing some stuff. So all right, what do we got for number 9?
So my number 9 is Beer and Bread, which I fought tooth and nail with Randy. That is bread and beer, but he had to prove me wrong, which is what he loves to do. In 2022, designed by Scott Alms, really good game, published by Deep Print and Pegasus Spiel. It's just a really neat game where you're both sharing resources in the area, but trying to figure out who's the better beer brewer. So I really like that game. So Beer and Bread.
Just reminds me though. Because mine's Beer and Bread too. We forgot to place our bets on how many overlap.
You're right, we did.
So. Oh, slackers.
Yeah, man. Why are we still here after 4 years?
But that's my number 9, Beer and Bread.
And so yours is also...
Beer and Bread. Rob and I were on the same wavelengths as far as the zombies go. I mean, we're thinking I'm going to start sprouting facial hair soon. Careful.
For me, I actually did Coffee Traders.
Also a good game.
So, Thanksgiving is cold. You need some coffee, except I don't. But everyone else, sure, whatever.
Not me.
You can get pumpkin spice coffee.
No, still coffee.
You can.
Well, yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
You do.
Hot cocoa.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice hot cocoa? That's weird.
No, I just, it was a surprise when we first got it out. We were pleasantly surprised and excited to play it. I wish we would play it more often, but
alas. But
she says that a lot.
Hard to get that one back to the table because you almost have to learn it again because it's so complex.
Yeah, it's a complex game, but it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's not my number 9. Moving to 8, I actually chose Applejack because apples harvesty.
This is like one that I played it the 2 different times with you guys, and I just thought it was okay.
See,
you 2 love it, but it's just
the more I play it, the more I like that game.
It's all right, but it's. Go ahead. Why do you like it so much?
Well, I mean, for me, it's I don't know. It's just simple, straightforward, but you get to have fun with your apples and try to connect them, and it's enjoyable. And we've played it more than once.
Yeah.
That is
a bonus.
It's something it's easy to learn and easy to teach, and it's got enough strategy that feels pretty deep.
And it's a Juve game.
Yeah, and it's a Juve game. There's going to be a lot of those in our list.
All right, what do you got for number 8?
I have Nussfjord, which is also a Uwe Rosenberg game.
And a really good one.
2017. It's all about fishing, and I love that game.
It is a good game.
Yeah, Lookout Games made it, because he's got a real good relationship with them. He's made lots of games under their umbrella. You might see a few more Uwe Rosenbergs from my list alone.
And mine.
Well,
I have at least 2 more.
Yeah, well, you said originally you kept.
Yeah, my goal was just to do one Uwe game because it's kind of cheating because almost all of Uwe's games is about farming and food in general. Yeah. So I was like, man, that'd be an easy out. Not even realizing that some of them were Uwe games, or I forgot they were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so crazy. All right, what do you got for number 8?
Number 8, I got Undergrove, which is a brand new game, 2024, which you may see a review of that one come up here soon. But that's a really neat game. The new one by Elizabeth Hargrave, art by Beth Sobel, published by AEG, all about the symbiotic relationship of mushrooms and trees. So since it's mushrooms, you eat mushrooms. Some of them anyway, not all of them. Some of them may see things. I don't eat those kind.
Sure, Rob.
Sure.
But that's Undergrove. Really cool game. Fairly new. Just came out. It's really nice.
Okay, cool. All right, what do you have?
For what? Number 7? We got to tell them we're moving on to number 7. You can't just say, what do you have? We already did my 8.
Honestly, I mentally forgot and I was confused.
Okay.
Moving on to number 7.
Moving on to number 7. I'll give mine. Why don't I? Mine was Sheriff of Nottingham. 2014 release, Arcane Wonders. I love this game. I love
Randy
bluffing.
does love this game.
Oh, come on.
You get all kinds of food in this one.
Cheese and apples and
chickens.
Better not get caught with the one.
Right.
You can have illegal chickens. So, it's just a lot of fun.
It is a fun game.
And it's a good game for...
It's one of those few bluffing games I actually like.
Yeah,
because generally bluffing I don't care for. So.
Arcane Wonders released this, and Sergio Halaban and Andre Zatz.
And they just re-released a newer version of it.
A new version of it out there, yep.
All right, what do you got for number 7?
All right, number 7 is a classic, Sushi Go. So there's a 2013 game by Phil Walker Harding. Just an awesome set collection. Very simple game. Really good with kids. Love playing it and teaching it to new people. It's a great game.
Do they celebrate Thanksgiving in Japan?
Sure.
Okay.
So, and there's Sushi Go Party. There's a bigger version. So there's actually, I think that one plays up to 7 people. So it's it's a neat version as well. So.
All right, awesome. All right, for my number 7, I actually have Honey Buzz. It definitely feels Thanksgiving to me because, I don't know, the fall colors and different things like that. And I just really... I think it's a lot of fun to move your little bee around and collect any new things.
And it's pretty.
It is very pretty.
Yeah.
We have an expansion waiting to play, so here's hoping maybe someday, eventually, we'll actually get to play it. All right, so moving on to 6, I actually have Hallertau. How do you say that, guys?
Hallertau.
Yes, it is. I like it because you get to move. You get to expand your little house.
Guess who it's by?
Uwe Rosenberg.
Uwe Rosenberg. Yeah. Another Uwe game.
Yeah, this is one's unique because you have a lodge and you keep moving it off to the right, and every time I do, I hear the
No,
Hallertau is a really good game. It's one of my
good.
favorite of his. I like his a lot.
Yeah. So what do you have for number 6, Rob?
All right, so my number 6 is Bonanza. It's my oldest game on the list, but it's such a classic, clean, neat game that I love teaching to people that just never played board games, and it's easy to pick up. It's just fun, light, colorful, cute Bonanza. It's awesome.
And annoying when you get your limit of the different beans and you have to cash one in.
Right. You might be like one bean short of getting 4 coins, and you're like, oh, and then you have to play a new field. So it's a great game.
All right, what do you have?
Number 6 for me is Food Chain Magnet. This is, I had to put it on here. It's, gives you the 1940s, 1950s era vibes along with all the stereotypes to go with it.
And it's one of the meanest games you'll ever play.
It is. It's a tough game. So this is a splatter game. It's known for being tough. This one is actually one of the easier of the splatter games.
Yep, compared to boats or
but
bus.
I just love the little clean art that looks like the 1940s and 50s era advertising. Game. It's if you're easily offended by things, you're going to be offended by the stereotypes in this, but it's still
or if you get your feelings hurt, you might not like this game either because it's kind of mean.
Because you're running a business, and you might be in the process driving other people's business under
out. Yeah. So, but yes, you might hear this one again on the list. Okay. Just saying.
All right, so moving on to number 5. Rob, what do you have for number 5?
It's a Uwe Rosenberg game, Fields of Arle. So this is a 2014 game, and I think a year or two ago they had a small expansion that came out for it. But it's a great tile laying game. Again, it's all about the farming and being able to manipulate your tools and when to score and all that good stuff. But it's just a really good... And it's a good 1 to 2 player game. It's not meant for anything beyond 2. So that's one of the reasons why I like it so much, because it's a great game to get out and play by myself. So that's Fields of Arle. Love it.
Okay. So for me, my number 5, you guys have heard this before, is Beer and Bread.
What?
Yeah, I know. Crazy. I love this, the fact that it's specifically for 2 players, and it doesn't feel like anything is missing, and it keeps it very... I just had a lot of fun playing with Randy.
Yeah.
So
usually the small box 2-player games I'm always disappointed in. This one felt like a standard game. It didn't feel like it was dumbed down for 2 players.
No, it felt like a legit game. It was great. So that's why I have it as number 5. And who doesn't like bread?
I like it, and I like beer too. So it's weird.
All right, Randy, what do you have?
My number 5 was Coffee Traders, so we heard that one again too.
What?
Yeah, I mean it was a nice surprise when we got that out. I'm like, oh, we should do an unboxing for this because it's amazing looking. It's got great pieces, and it was a fun game. It's a beast to learn and a beast to set up. So we don't get it to the table near enough.
That's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, so moving on to number 4.
What's your number 4? I did one first last time.
Okay, my number 4 is Three Sisters. So it is a roll and write about farming, specifically your pumpkins and your flowers and your corn and your beans. And I just really enjoy it. I know a lot of my family also really enjoys it because there's a lot of going back and forth, getting your things that you want to do and making sure that you water your plants.
It's just one of those really... Motor City games is really good about making those combo-licious roll and writes. And it's just one of them.
It's so good. I love it. I love it. So that is definitely my number 4. I love that game. So, Randy, what do you got for number 4?
My number 4 is... A is for apple, J is for Jack. Cinnamon Toasty Apple Jacks. So yeah, this is a 2022 release. Stronghold Games, Uwe Rosenberg. I had it on my checkout, maybe buy at Gen Con, and then I picked it up anyway because it looked like it was going to be a fun game. And
it was a big hit for you.
Yeah, and then Sean came back he demoed it, and he was like, did you pick it up? And we ended up playing it that night. And I've played that game more than pretty much anything else on this list, except maybe Sheriff of Nottingham. Mm-hmm. And that one, it's just, I like it more every time I play it.
Yeah? What do you have, Rob?
So my number 4 is Point Salad. Another one of those really good, clean, simple card games that's great to bring out to the table. We love playing it with Sarah, and just
Sarah loves
your
playing
family
it.
in general just loves playing this game. So it's 2019 game designed by Molly Johnson and crew from AEG. So just a really good game.
Yeah, and Sarah will kick our butts in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like she does it on purpose or something.
Yeah, totally. All right. Randy, what do you have for your number 3?
My number 3 is Heaven and Ale. Nothing like monks going out and
Making beer.
Beer.
Oh man, that one's a good one.
Oh yeah, so it's a 2017 release, Eggersfield by Michael Kiesling and Andreas Schmidt. And yeah, it's just
We've played it a
fun.
lot. We haven't played it recently, but
Yeah.
we used to get it out on the table pretty often.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean the whole just getting your different monks out there and scoring the different regions. I love the way that game scores.
Yeah, it's a really neat scoring game.
Yeah, it is. It's still very interesting. It's very distinct, so it keeps it like you can actually
Pretty fresh.
remember the
Yeah.
game. Like you're like, oh yeah, that one, because that one was because some of these games do blend in a lot because we play a lot of games, and that one has seemed to stick out a little bit. All right, what do you have for number 3?
All right, a little rollover. Three Sisters is my number 3. So again, fantastic roll and write. This was 2022, designed by Ben Pinchback and Matt Riddle. Again, published by Motor City Games. Really, I don't think they've done a bad game in my opinion.
No,
all of their roll and writes are really fun and good. So it's just a combo-licious roll and write. It's just such a fun game.
Yeah. All right. So my number 3 is Hamlet, because basically you as a village are trying to build a church, but you also want to be the best known in the village, right? So I like the fact that it is a little bit of co-op because, you get resources, but everyone has access to the resources. But at the same time, you're building and you get to see this village really come alive. And like the church is a 3D structure. I really, really enjoyed it. And for me, it just does feel like Thanksgiving because you're getting together as a group and trying to build something beautiful. So that's my number 3.
and we just played the expansion for that. We'll be getting the review up pretty soon for that.
Cool.
Yep. All right, what's your number 2, Randy?
Number 2 is Three Sisters. So it's hit all 3 of us.
No way.
We must be sisters. So I love meaty rolling rights.
Yep.
This is definitely one of the more thinky and meaty rolling rights. And the whole took us forever to figure out why they called it Three Sisters, but it's all about how the beans and the pumpkin,
It's classic farming.
the corn,
yeah.
they basically help fertilize the soil for each other, so that they kind of have a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, the beans climb up the corn stalks, and so anyway, there's the whole
helps with
thing.
pollination and all that good stuff.
So overall, really good. What do you have for number 2?
Number 2, Big Chain Magnate. So this was a 2015 game, again by Splotter. It's a super complex game, in my opinion. It's pretty heavy, but I just really like the tension of trying to get the best fast food chain built, and being able to, have that little map where you're trying to get your deliveries and be able to screw over your other people with those deliveries is just satisfying if it works. Frustrating as all get out when Randy blocks you. So it's a really good game, and I'm really looking forward to the new version coming out because I've only ever played Randy's, and it's usually a very hard game to get, and it's expensive. So I backed the Kickstarter or GameFound version of it, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean the Splotter's known for having like lots of little wooden bits.
And very
cardboard
low
bits,
print runs. So
very small print runs.
Yeah, so that's why they're usually so expensive. Is once they're sold out, they don't remake them. So that's why I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, awesome. All right, my number 2 is Harvest. So we just played this recently, and the reason why it's number 2 is it does feel very much like Thanksgiving, right? You've got a farm that you're doing, and even the aesthetic appeal is in your oranges and your browns and things like that. So definitely feels, fall for me. So I really enjoy that game. Again, I like a lot of farming games, so I really enjoyed it. So, all right. Now moving on.
All right, number 1, I believe this might be more than one person's number 1, but this one to me is the closest to capturing the feel of Thanksgiving, even though it has nothing to do with pilgrims. It's about Vikings, but it's A Feast for Odin, 2016 release from Z-Man Games and by third Uwe Rosenberg.
One of the best Uwe games.
But it
ever
is
made.
such an amazing Tetrisy game. You
Yes.
get to plot your different food items on the map, and then it's just so much fun. You get the the heaviness
that huge
of
board of all the
Uwe
different
Rosenberg.
actions you can do.
Yeah,
That's the best part. It's just so many actions.
Yeah, and the best part to me is arranging your stuff on
Well,
the
and that's
board.
fun too.
Yeah.
But I just love all those actions. My number one may not be a surprise to anybody, but it's Viticulture with Tuscany.
Oh, I thought you would have had Fist for Odin.
Well, no, I love that game too, but Viticulture is just such a satisfying game, and it's not difficult, but it's still meaty enough to where it just adds a lot of tension to it. But it's just such a wonderful game. It's a beautiful game. I can't speak enough about it. It's in my top 5. I love this game.
There is an asterisk. It has to be with Tuscany.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Because just the board with the 4 different seasons and the order
cards,
of waking up and the cards and all that, it just is a complete, perfect game in my opinion.
He does love this game, guys.
I do.
For me, my number 1 is actually Kitchen Rush. So if this doesn't get you in the film,
it shows you who cooks Thanksgiving dinner.
That's very, very true, because at the end of the day, you feel like it's a mad dash till that Thanksgiving meal.
It's not for me.
Yeah, I know, you just show up, so.
Yeah.
But no, that's fantastic. And so for me, the Kitchen Rush seemed very appropriate for theme, because you're just trying to hurry up and get your food out, and hopefully it's still warm and the dish is done.
No
by the
kids
time
crying
you're
or any of that.
So does anybody have honorable mentions? Because I've got
Feast for Odin.
There's your feast.
Because it's like, I knew you were going to put Feast for Odin on there, and I know we have a lot of overlap, but it is such a good game. It's just, Viticulture's a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't think so, but that's okay. The ones that I had Wendake, which is, we haven't played it yet. That's the main reason I didn't get it on here, but it's the closest I found to a Thanksgiving theme, because it's about the Wyandotte people and how they basically form their families and try to farm beans, corn, and pumpkins.
Oh, like Three Sisters.
And it's got expansions where you work with other factions. I don't know if the expansions take you with the pilgrims or not. And then for me, considering I don't eat turkey or the traditional Thanksgiving ones, I had to go with this as my other option, which was Captain Crunch Island Adventure Game. Because there's many times at Thanksgiving I've defaulted to either Captain Crunch or the other one, which was going to be on there, which was the White Castle, because I've done that way more.
We've done that several times.
For Thanksgiving.
No, oh my goodness, guys.
We did.
I know.
With Big Red.
Yeah, but not hopefully now.
No,
Since I've been in the
even since
picture.
you've been here,
We did.
you would
Kevin-
fix Thanksgiving, and then
Kevin
later on
and
that night,
yeah.
all of us would go to White Castle.
Kevin and you and I went there, and we held up the whole line so long. I paid for the people behind me because I felt bad for holding up the line.
Because there's so many of us ordering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. I remember, because we cook it too. I ain't cooking again. Like.
And Rob and I had to have that debate in the car about Big Red,
Right.
And the guy at the window proved me right.
Right.
Yep.
So whatever, guys. What are some of your honorable mentions?
Well, Feast for Odin, and I think that I know I wrote another one down, but I don't have it on this sheet of paper. But it was actually kind of hard finding food / Thanksgiving themed games that I thought would need to go on a top 10 list. There's plenty that I played, but I don't know if they were fun enough to put it on this list. So you can't go wrong with Viticulture. Play that. You don't have to worry about anything else. Just play Viticulture.
Now, I will like to honor mention. I know we kind of ruled this out as maybe not fitting the theme. Is Zolkin? You're
it's got corn,
and you're trying to get favor with the gods.
Sounds like Thanksgiving to me.
Sounds like Thanksgiving to me. So I do want to highlight that one. That one's always a good one. It is pretty crunchy, and
it's crunchy.
It's very crunchy. So
and I can't win when she plays. So
No, you know who can't win? When Sean.
when Sean and Dot and you play, no one else has a chance.
And the only reason why I have a chance is Sean and Dot are going after each other, so I can just
sneak in,
sneak right on in.
Ninja win.
Although I think that can only work once because that's all it did. Well, guys, we had an absolute blast tonight, and hopefully you guys did too. What are some of your top 10 food or Thanksgiving related games? We would love to hear from you.
Even if it's a stretch.
Yeah,
and totally justify it in the comments.
Yeah,
I would love to read some
Prove
of these. Some of these justifications on why it's Thanksgiving themed. Well, guys, thank you so much. We catch you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.